7 is a different shape to the ZX5 to kick us off. So 7 looks more like the player model, where the ZX5...
Hello, you golfing legends. It's your boy Top Bloke here. How are you doing out there? I hope you are doing good. I really do. Now listen, if you're new to my channel, can you please hit that subscribe button and give me some bendy thumb love? It always helps the channel. It helps the millions of pounds I get coming in every month from advertising revenue. Talking of advertising, well, we'll get on that a little bit later. And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm sorry about my other channel. I know a lot of you saying, what's happening with your other channel, Golf Burp? I promise I'm going to put some stuff on there very soon, right? Doing some fun stuff. Today's video is going to be a little bit boring, right? But I thought it was quite interesting. I've been reading up about the advertising standards in the UK anyway. And that clip I just showed you, right, believe it or not, was somebody that's paid by Strixon doing a review on a Strixon club. You cannot make it up. We've talked about this many times before. But what I found surprising is that it is actually breaking the consumer law, because according to their website, and it's, if you've never ever seen Mark Crossfield in your life before and you came across this Strixon video, you think, wow, it's quite a good little test. He's doing a little fair test. You wouldn't know he was sponsored by Strixon or Cleveland. Now, apparently, that is breaking consumer law. So in the UK, at least, we have a body, two bodies, the ASA and CAP, and the Advertising Standards Authority is the UK's independent regulator of advertising across media, right? So they sort of, if any time you see an ad that doesn't come up to standard, you complain to these two bodies. Now, if you have a look at this, right? Where is it gone? Right, so a video is an ad by watching it really isn't going to cut it. We recommend including the disclosure at the very beginning, of which might mean at the start of the post in a title or thumbnail or an image. Put yourself in the audience shoes. If you didn't already know about your relationship with a brand, would you be able to tell immediately and without shadow of doubt that a specific post made was in fact an advertisement, right? So anything that Mark Crossfield does is an advertisement, all right, where it concerns Strixon, because he is getting the product for free, okay? And it makes it clear. And it's the same with Rick Shields. Anytime Rick Shields gets a product for free, which he doesn't pay for any of those clubs, or even if it's a loan, right? So if I get sent a club in the post and it's a loan, I've got to give it back, it's still classed as an ad. And these guys know this, right? Because the reason why is because they're always going to give it fair reviews in order to keep receiving stuff to make content about, therefore increasing their views. It's a relationship, right? Again, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, what's wrong with that? You've got to make a living. Yes, I would do it. Send me stuff. But this is the difference between me and those lot. I would say I've got a free loan, and by consumer law, I have to tell you that this is an ad, right? So take a look at this as a flow chart. So if you look at, you got no. So are you being paid for it? No. Are you including discount code? Yeah, no, fair enough. Are you receiving a free product? Oops. Right, service, a free loan of a product, service, a free trip or hospitality, or any benefit of incentive? Yes. Right. Sounds like you need to label it. You need to label it, otherwise make it very, very clear that it's an ad. Okay? So I was surprised at that as well. So anytime they get a free loan, well, we know that the likes of Crossy and Rick Shields and James Robinson's, they get, you're telling me that James Robinson has to pay for his putters, you know? About a year ago, Pete Finch did a video where he went to Germany, and it was about a 30-minute video, and it was the most glossiest, professionally made video you could ever think of, and it was in a German resort, golf resort. And not once did he mention that it was an advertising for this resort. You know, they flew him out there, and I pulled him up on it. I said to him, did you get paid to do that feature? And he said, yes, but I had editorial content, right? Which they say is a get out clause if you've got editorial content, which is a lot of old bollocks, because they would have prepped him and what to say, and they sent him a cameraman out there. They sent him it was all edited for him. It was, you know, high production. It must have cost at least 10 grand to do that video, Peter Finch. So this is why people go, oh, why you got the amp with all these YouTubers, right? It's because they're deceitful, and anybody that comes along that's just starting golf, that want to start out learning stuff, I don't think they can trust any of these people. I don't trust any of these guys I see, any of them. I have no respect for any of them. But certainly likes of like people like Crossfield and Rick Shields and James Robinson. Obviously, you've got like your Danny Moulds and that. They're just instructors. They're not there to sell you and flog you stuff, right? They're deceitful. So people like like your Dan Whitakers and Danny Mould and Clay Ballard, they're just pure instruction. Right, so let me just finish off with this, right? And I say this again. There is no problem with all these guys trying to flog you stuff. There really isn't, right? I would do it, like I said before. Just be upfront about it. Don't be deceitful about it. You know, the same thing with the shot scope thing with Crossy. Yeah, if you want an interview with Crossy, you have to pay him. You're telling me that Crossy was, out of his goodness of his heart, was giving all that free advertisement to ShotScope, right? You just know when he's up to promoting something, because a few weeks beforehand on Twitter, he'll have this narrative, right? Like the same thing with strokes gained. He was obviously in partnership with Mark Brody. The reason why they don't tell you up front about it, because it's far better advertising and it comes across as authentic if you see like Rick Shields use a Cobra driver in his bag, right? He hasn't been paid for it. He says he hasn't been paid for it. And I've got no proof that he has or hasn't been paid for it. But you're telling me, right, that Rick Shields, right, who's an ambassador for Garmin and Nike, right? I don't know. Let's pull a figure out there that he charges 30 grand a year each to advertise their stuff, right? You're telling me he's giving Cobra free advertising. He's getting something back out of it in return. And it's the same in a few weeks' time. He's going to release a video of the irons. He's going to new irons. That every 3 or 4 months, he updates his irons in his bag, right? Why? Why is that? You know, it just doesn't make no sense that this guy has got over 1 million subscribers, right? 1.1 million subscribers, and he's putting a brand of irons in his bag for the goodness of his art. Do you really believe that? Does he need to tell us? The guy doesn't even play golf anymore. So basically, that's all I'm saying about it. These guys are breaking. Looks quite an interesting read. Read it, and there's a lot of things that they should be doing. Mark Crossfield especially should be putting on the front of his videos, hello, I'm Mark Crossfield. I'm being paid by Strixon, but I will give an honest review of this club or whatever. They can't even call it reviews. It's an advertisement. It's infomercialing. Anyway, I will be making some more light-hearted videos soon. Latest potatoes.